Good morning, students. So today we are going to do uh, classwork for 2104, that is 21st of April. Okay. Now this video recording is for 21st April. You can see here that there is match the following. This is the last leg of the chapter. Okay, rest everything we have finished. We have finished with the question answers, the back exercises. Only this part was left from the back exercise, part B. Okay. So children, you can just see here. I'll just quickly tell you. So plants have, what do the plants have? Plants have stomata. Reproduction. What is reproduction? Production of producing babies. Birds and fishes. Birds and fishes are living things. Eyes and nose are, eyes and nose are your sense organs. Buildings are non-living things. So now that you are in grade 3, you are going to be writing the reference numbers like this. Is it clear? So I have taken you through all the notes. This is the of this chapter. So we have done C, D part and A part, and this B part we have done today. All right. Now obviously you have to start learning the question answers and the back exercises. This is the first way of how to approach an EVS chapter. Okay. See, in the EVS chapter, I'll tell you again. I told this before also when we ended that chapter, that now you are in grade 3. Okay, anything can come from the textbook. Obviously, long question answers are not going to come randomly from the textbook. Question answers which are given in the classroom, they are very important. That is why I always start the lesson with question answers. So we have now completed 2 chapters. First being parts of the leaf and second being living and non-living things. Okay. So we have done these 2 chapters. Now we are going to start with the new chapter today. Only I am going to show you the explanation. Before I start the new chapter, I want to tell you one thing, that in our textbook, okay, if you just see here I just want you to see the textbook, the content of the textbook, so that I can explain you what has happened here. See, in the textbook, this textbook has both science and EVS separate. All right, just a second. See here. Now here you have science and social studies. All right. So we have selected a few chapters from both of them. We are not going to do all the chapters. So we have completed with living and non-living, and we have completed with parts of the plant. So now I'm going to start with chapter number 1, Earth, our home. See, please understand, this was also chapter 1, but this was science chapter 1, and this is social studies chapter 1. So whenever I mention about, anyway, both of them are EVS. EVS means a combination of science and social studies. But when we are going to number the chapter, at that time, if I have picked the chapter from SST, I will be writing EVS SST. Just see here now are the files how I am going to name. See now here, for example, see, this is a new chapter that we are starting. Okay, so I'll just show you here. You can see this PDF chapter 1 SST. This I'll probably name as EVS SST rather than naming it as SST EVS. I'll be naming it like this: EVS SST, Earth Our Home. All right. So this PDF, this is obviously in Word. I'll be converting it into PDF and uploading it in the Google Drive. Okay. Now this is the chapter we are going to do. Now I have named it chapter 1, and mind you, even this is named as chapter 1. Okay, but remember, this is science chapter 1, science chapter 1, and this is EVS chapter 1. There will only be one exam. Please don't confuse yourself and don't create panic. There will be only one exam of EVS. Okay, there are not going to be 2 exams. So let's start the chapter now. All right. So just give me a second here. Okay. So this, the name of this chapter is Earth, Our Home. Okay, this is the first chapter in social studies. Again, I am telling you there will be only one exam of EVS. The book is divided into science and social studies like this, but exam will be of one only, EVS. We have just taken few chapters from science and 2 from social and merged it and conveyed into EVS. All right. So the first topic here is about Earth and the shape of the Earth. Okay. Now, why do you think that there is life on Earth? This is the first topic. So there are some few important points here. There is life on the earth because it is at the correct distance from the sun, okay, and it gets the right amount of heat. Also, there is 3/4 part of the earth is covered with water and 1/4 part is covered with land. So see, we have the correct water, air and sunlight content, and that is why we are able to survive. Okay, see, there are so many planets, but only life exists on earth. Why does life exist on earth? Because we have the right amount of water, we have the right amount of air, and we have the right amount of sunlight. Okay, why do we have the right amount of sunlight? Because we are at the right distance, we are neither too far nor too close. We have the right amount of water. Okay, if we had more than this water, then what would happen? There wouldn't have been any life on earth. Okay, and we have a proper atmosphere surrounding the earth. Slowly we will look into each and every aspect. Okay, don't worry, this is just a gist I am saying. We will look into each aspect. The first aspect, the first thing about earth that we are going to talk about is the shape of the earth. All right, so initially everybody thought that the earth was flat, but there was an explorer. Okay, his name was Ferdinand Magellan. What was his name? Ferdinand Magellan, and his crew started a voyage. What do you mean by a voyage? A voyage is a journey by ship. Okay, so these were explorers, and they started a. All right. So as I was explaining to you, we were talking about Ferdinand Magellan and his crew. Okay, he was an explorer. This Magellan was an explorer, and he started his voyage from Spain. Okay, he kept moving in same direction, and eventually he reached back from where he started. So this concluded that the earth is round. Okay, initially everybody thought that the earth was flat, but this explorer Ferdinand Magellan, he started a voyage. Voyage is a sea journey, and in 3 years time he reached back again at the same place. See, if you know a circle, what is a circle? You start at one point and you will end at the same point. So this proved that the earth was round. But you see, the earth is not completely round. I'll just show you a quick video here. Okay, see this. Because of Ferdinand Magellan and his crew, we realized that the earth is round. But I just want to explain one more concept to you. I will be repeating this concept in the next class also. That our earth is not completely round. Okay. Uh, See here. Because earth is spinning. See, earth does not stand still. Earth spins around its axis. Okay. See, this is what happens is because it keeps spinning, the center of the earth, okay, you can see this portion, this is the center of the earth, it bulges out and the top becomes flat. See, this is an experiment which is done by a scientist. He is showing here how when the earth starts rotating, just see this. Okay, so when this earth is rotating for so many years, what is happening to the earth? At the center you can see it is becoming a bulge, and at the top it is becoming flat. Slowly you can observe, na? Yes, you can see that the top is becoming flat and the center is bulging out. See, initially this was earth, okay, and later on what happened? Because of the constant rotation of the earth for so many years. All right, so we will stop our class here today. You just have to do the classwork today, match the following. Okay, the notes are uploaded till match the following. Okay, this chapter notes I will not be doing today. Only you can go through the PDF of the lesson and read through it, and try to understand whatever I have taught today, that how did we prove that the earth was round, and how are we concluding that the earth is not completely round. All right, thank you, children.